This is what Nick feels when he looks at Maria. Oh, my beloved, you are lovely. When I see you in your beauty, I see a radiant city where we shall dwell as one. More pleasing than any pleasure, more delightful than any delight, you have ravished my heart, stealing away my strength to resist you. Even hosts of angels stand in awe of you. This is as he gazes into her eyes, that just filled with, overflowing with love. Turn your eyes away from me. I can't take it anymore. I can't resist the passion of your eyes that I admire. Overpowered by a glance, my ravished heart undone. You know, Jesus, we know, love your wife as Christ loved the church. You know, we think of Christ dying on the cross and you have to die. No, Christ loves you this way. You ravish Christ's heart. He's in love with each of you. And the two of you in marriage, you get to taste that love. Never let it go.
He said, ever since Maria was little, we have been praying for God to handpick a godly man for her. I said, you know what? Kathy and I, ever since Nick was little, we've been praying for God to handpick a godly woman for Nick. So I'm here tonight to just say to you, God is faithful. He is so good. So Lord, we just put our eyes on you right now, and we just want to say thank you that you hear prayers. You've heard 2 prayers from 2 sets of parents, and you're so kind. You're so generous, and we just want to thank you that you hear our prayers. That's who you are. And we thank you that both Nick and Maria have sought you with their whole hearts, and they have found you, and you have found them. And that's a promise to all of us tonight, that if we seek you with our whole heart, we will find you.
It's funny because early on we both decided that we wanted to be each other's best friends and one day each other's maids of honors. And looking back, I'm like, that's insane. How did we know that when we were like 7 years old? But I'm convinced it's fully because Maria is a gift that God gave me and the type of friend he's made her to be. When I moved away in high school, she would call me, and she was still my friend there. And when I came back, she was the first friend to welcome me back home. She has been committed to me all my life. You can't cry. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Maria is an incredible friend because of her love for God. My key moments of understanding God's grace were with you. Learning and practicing how to be a better friend and person were with you. And some of the best decisions I've made in my life were with you. I deeply trust you, respect you, and I look up to you. This is for you, Nick. She's one hell of a woman. One of the best gifts from God that I have ever received, and I know you experienced that too. If I were to bet on 2 things, it would be 1, that me and Maria's friendship will last a lifetime, and 2, that you guys will have an incredible marriage.
Yeah, about 7 or 8 months ago when he was going to propose, we went and set up the spot and then went to Steak and Shake to get some Frisco melts and milkshakes. I asked him, I was like, what do you love so much about Maria? And he didn't know this, but I had a tape recorder, so I just started recording it. So I transcribed it into a 3-page Google Doc, and then, and I can't read that because it would take forever, but I do have some choice quotes of things Nick said while we were at Steak and Shake. That's a lot of whipped cream. Okay, seriously though, he did say that. But first 2 things he said about Maria is that she loves God and is very pretty. He said she's intelligent, grateful. She can hold a conversation about anything. She's kind to me. He said she's polite and funny and can, quote, hang like one of the boys. He said, I don't know if this counts, but her family is amazing. To which I said, that counts. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind. She challenges Nick when he needs it. And he ended by saying, that's a lot of whipped cream. No. No, he actually ended by saying, so many people tell him, make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure they really care about God. And he said, I just don't doubt it at all. That's the last thing that would ever worry me about Maria. He said, I'm definitely blessed, dude. freaking blessed. Yeah, so Maria, today, you're the luckiest person in this room, like genuinely. So I bought you a lotto ticket. But seriously, you are, Nick is an amazing guy. He's incredible. He's a dude who's always going to be there for you. You know this. You already know this just from spending time around him. He's a dude who's going to be there for you when you're confused. He's going to be someone you can go back to. He's going to be someone who's going to point you back to God and will always be thinking about you and always be looking for ways where he can help you and love you better. He's an amazing person. And I hope you also remember always and don't forget that you're really blessed to have him as a man that you can spend the rest of your life with.
Maria, you look so beautiful. In our 3 years of dating, I've gotten to witness so many amazing traits and part of who you are that have led me to know that you're the one I want to marry. I love that you are someone I can spend many, many hours of my week with and always still want an hour more. Spending time with you is so enjoyable. I'm so glad we have a lifetime ahead of us of cooking great food from scratch, laughing over goofy words together, long talks over mixed drinks, and going on many, many adventures. I deeply love how much you are a rational thinker. You never lack thoughts or ideas, ever. And your consistency in sharing them with me is an anchor in my life. I love that your life can be defined by this verse in Ephesians 5:2. Walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us. You deeply understand this way of life, and you have devoted yourself to it. I love how your commitment to God and his way of life has been purely a personal one, not prescribed by anything else but your own convictions. I love how you relate to others not with the intent to praise yourself, but with the intent to learn from those around you. You don't minimize those around you, but seek parts of everyone to lift up. And for these reasons, people love being around you and being your friend. Your friendship is a gift to many people. I love that you're reliable, diligent, and have major stability. You don't use these qualities to live a comfortable life, but you use them to fill up your schedule with giving out towards others. You spend time every week teaching the Bible to high schoolers and spending personal time with your family and close friends. I love that you don't settle with my weaknesses, but you have a realistic vision of who I can be and are always pushing me towards that. Yet you're always patient and encouraging. Maria, I love you, and I can't wait for the life we get to start today.
Nick, I was thinking of starting these vows by saying something cliche like, I can't believe we actually made it, or it's crazy that we're here. But if I'm being honest, before we even started dating, I really felt that there could be no other. I still feel that way today. Before making promises to you, I'd like to speak briefly on reasons why I love you, and I feel confident about making these promises. You're fun and adventurous. You're constantly seeking to enjoy life with other people. Whether it be magnet fishing, visiting new places, then writing overwhelmingly positive Google reviews, or coding me a date randomizer app. You are a true joy in my life and in the lives of the people around you. You are stable. The last 4 years have brought some of the most difficult and painful experiences in my life. But I know that when you show up to spend time with me, I could expect the same level-headed man that would listen, show me compassion, and point me towards the truth. You're fiercely loyal and have great friendships. You love people more than things, which has led you to be a generous and simple lover. This has been a great challenge to me over the years that I've witnessed it in your life. You are content and easily pleased. You put first things first. You've committed your life to the things of God and to his word, and I've been able to see that transform your character and relationships. I love you so much, Nick, and you're my best friend and my greatest companion. I can't wait to do life with you.
God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is how love is made complete among us so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. In this world, we are like Jesus. There's no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. We love because he first loved us. If we desire to live a life characterized by love, it's imperative that we know about the love of God and actively choose to rely upon it. Otherwise, we build upon a shaky and unstable foundation, forced to rely on ever-changing feelings and circumstances as our source of love. Instead of that, Nick and Maria have decided time and again to build their lives upon the love of God, a source of love that never changes and never falters. It's tempting and easy to think of the love of God as some kind of warm and fuzzy but abstract idea, rather than something that can make a tangible difference. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. Indeed, this is the firm foundation upon which Nick and Maria's marriage will stand. In times of difficulty, and even when they hurt one another, they will extend one another the forgiveness and comfort that God has provided to them. The Bible tells us that the most clear representation of the love of God is the life and death of Jesus Christ. We're taught that Jesus' purpose in coming into the world was to die an unjust death and take the penalty of our wrongdoing upon himself, so that by simply coming to him and asking for forgiveness, we can have eternal life.